Well, welcome to a Friday of spicy. Yeah, it's a little spicy today, and the reason why, Completionist has been given an update from Carl Jobst, which is more accusations, heavier evidence, as he would say he has. Now, I'm not saying he doesn't have evidence, nor am I saying that this isn't real. These are all allegations. I don't have the proof of it, but boy, Carl Jobst has the receipts. He has the allegations pretty much in hand to almost prove everything he's saying is real. Now, I say almost. What I actually mean is, yeah, I think the completionist is in hot water, and not just him. These allegations spread a lot further than just himself. It actually goes up to his family. It shows that pretty much every one of them are bad apples, that they have been, well, at this point, being considered actual theft. Now, I agree with Carl Jobst in this situation because of one thing and one thing only. He makes a good point. A lot of people said that, oh, well, he did not steal that money because it is still in the account. But he makes a good reference. So, say somebody takes $100 out of your wallet, puts it in their wallet. They haven't spent it. Is it still stolen? I mean, that pretty much goes without saying. That is stolen property. That's exactly what it is. And it actually, he shows up receipts showing essentially his family did the same thing. They would do it in, it was in golf tournaments or a golfing charity essentially. And what would happen is during this golf game, they were doing a charity and it was with sponsors that they would get money from. It'd be sponsored events. And basically what would happen is they would just collect this money. And that's it. Now the problem with this is it's all public knowledge. Anything that's a charity, anything that's supposed to be essentially everybody's money, you're supposed to be able to see where it goes. And that's the hard thing about stealing from a charity. You almost always will be caught. You just have to have somebody that's nosy enough to look. And I know it sounds shitty to look at somebody like the completionist, Gerard, who has shown no evidence of being a thief. But the thing is, or at least the characteristics of being a thief. But the thing is, it could be anybody. You never can you can't hold anybody to any standard that's above being a thief. Money will change everybody. I want you to know that first and foremost. It makes people into the biggest cock gobblers you will ever meet in your life. And I speak this from experience. I knew friends who would get a slightly better job at one point. And this was just amongst some friends who all we did was have, we would drink, have fun, and listen to metal music and talk about video games, comic books, Star Wars, Lord of the Rings. Each one of us had a niche category of information, a vast, not a professional opinion, but we had quite a knowledge that would surpass each individual friend. So that's what we would talk about. But if money was a thing, oh boy. Money would get brought up and people would start comparing dicks at that point. And most of the time I tried to keep myself reserved. Not for any reason of having more money than them, less money than them. It had nothing to do with that. I just never speak about my finances because that's not something that is anybody's business. As long as I know for myself as a human being, as a grown adult, I'm taking care of myself. It's nobody's business what I make. I only look at the fact that I can say I am a blessed person who has actively kept myself in a functioning role. So that was the whole point of any of these conversations I had with these, drunken morons. And that's what we all were. And that's the thing that really shed light to me is in that situation when people talk about money, there's two things that's going to happen. Either they're going to want more of it or they're going to feel inferior if they don't have enough of it. That's the two big main things. Now, the completionist definitely is in a well-blessed area. I don't know the word I'm trying to find right now. He essentially was running a charity, which is something that he showed. I can't prove that he actually enjoyed it, but he seemed like he enjoyed doing these charity streams. He seemed like he enjoyed doing what he does. To be in the position he was in, he should have understood he would be under a microscope. Somebody would look at it at some point. The only person I'm surprised that is not involved, and I'm not calling him out by no means. I do respect his work, and I've watched his work. CoffeeZilla is the one person I'm surprised that wasn't involved in this. Normally he does. I mean, but his videos are usually really long, really detailed, and I'm not taking away from Carl Jobs or uh, Mudahar by no means at all. I think they did a pretty good job, and they're showing They're showing their hand. A lot of people say there's nothing to say because, well, it doesn't look like Gerard has, discussed this yet. I don't think that matters. I don't. The thing is, at this moment, you are looking like a thief. I'm not saying anything that he is a thief because the problem is there's too much red tape at the moment. While these accusations are, if found true, were needed in the first place. Because, like I said, anybody that is in any type of area, I don't care if it's at a job site, at a plant, at a retail store, restaurant, places of business, places of influence, people in an influential position, they always should be held accountable for any actions that are ill-fated. Anything that is ill-willed and is just downright wrong. And in this situation, it completely points to Gerard in the wrong. He is literally finger in ass found just pocketing money. Now, the thing is, he hasn't spent it yet, but we don't know exactly what he's planning on. It's being accused at the moment that he might just be holding on to it and hoping the authorities does not investigate this. And then everybody will let it die down and go, oh, well, where'd the money go? And it'll just quietly disappear and go into his bank. Like I said, you need to understand, and I know people are going to be against this, money changes people. It does not matter who you are. It doesn't matter if somebody made $1 million. We don't know what this guy does on his free time. He could be a gambling addict and he needs that $600,000. The irony is, or not the irony, the odd part is he's essentially picked up a family business side of hustling charity money. Now, I want everybody to know, this is not like an all-out attack. People are just wanting answers. The Completionist, Gerard, is a highly held YouTuber. I've ran across his videos. Like I said, I've watched his content. I'm not subscribed to him because it was not... I just didn't feel a way about watching him. I don't know why. I guess because it's a lot of overly edited videos I'm not big into. Ones that look like they were done by a TV station type thing. I like more grounded ones. And he has a whole intro. A lot of my YouTubers that I follow don't have intros. They don't have all this spectacle. Not to take away from him what he does. But this right here is taking away from everything he does. This has ruined his reputation. I don't see it coming back. He's probably going to lose a lot for this. And honestly, it needs to be investigated or at least some form of receipts. A lot of people are stating he needs to outwardly just go for it. He needs to just go ahead and, give it away. But that's where Carl says it looks like he's not wanting to give it away because he's wanting it to blow over. If that's the case, this is looking really, really, really bad. But yeah, that's the update at the moment. From what Carl said, we're also expecting an update from me, Mudahar. So be looking at, oh man, I almost forgot his channel there for a second. Some Ordinary Gamer. Sorry, it blew my mind. Some Ordinary Gamer, but me, Mudahar is supposed to be coming up with another update too. So stay tuned to that. If you're watching my channel, just to get the updates for this too, I'm just letting you know. Like I said, this is not an attack at him. It's just to get information out there, hold people accountable. Like I said before, it already looks like some people did not like the fact that he's being talked about. I've looked through comments on many channels that have been talking about this, and people aren't liking that people are saying stuff. They think that, oh, you shouldn't be talking about this because, you don't know what he's doing. That's the point of, literal crime. Nobody knows what somebody's doing until somebody looks into it. And this is a situation where nobody's been investigated. Carl does one thing. I'm gonna end this video with this. He states that this needs to be reported to as a crime, and he leaves a. Let's see. There's a link somewhere. Here it is. It is supposed to be a charity's complaint, and it is for, I believe, the U.S. So yeah, it's a .gov. And essentially, it is a complaints page, and it's so he can be investigated for basically fraud. Now, I'm not saying you have to go to it, but you can go to Carl's website, or sorry, his video, his channel. I have it linked. If you wish to be a part of this, that is 100% up to you. I'm not condoning, nor am I saying this is, a wrong thing to do. It's 100% understandable. I'm not trying to fence set. I'm merely trying to understand, because this is not a usual suspect, if that makes sense. That's the issue here. This is where a lot of the problem is. This is a well-regarded person, and it's a very sensitive subject. This isn't some NFT scam. This isn't some, shill of, some digital coin. This is a full-on crime, and it's a horrible one too, considering it has to do with charities and things that, could benefit a lot of people. But anyway, that's all I got to say about that today. I hope everybody that watches this does not go to harass him. But right now, yeah, it is not looking good. So that's all I got to say. Y'all have a good one.